Welcome to the first Pucker podcast. This is our Pucker team, well, a portion of our Pucker team. We're all here today to discuss ghosts and other weird phenomenal activities. This episode is called Booze and Brews. And we'll start with the introductions with this lovely lady right here.
Hi, I'm Clover.
I'm Grim.
I'm Wizard.
Sid.
I'm Freya.
Cowboy.
And this is not going to matter because we're all going to be saying our real names.
We're going to
Try not to, because we have placards now.
Yeah.
We have notes.
Who knows?
We're professional.
With our names on it.
Alright, to start it all off, we have the founder, Mr. Sid here.
Founders.
We're not worthy.
Yeah. So
Avert thy eyes.
So the way Pucker started was Cowboy and I at work together, usually trying not to do work, trying to do whatever we want to do instead. Keep our sanity. No, kidding.
Mindful day work together, and this is their boss. So you're just ratting yourself out in front of your boss.
I wasn't
our boss.
I was like legit the person that messed around with him too, so.
And as many times as we change bosses, by next year he's gonna be
I'm
somewhere
probably
else.
gonna be gone, yeah.
Wow, that got sad really quick.
Yeah,
Oh, you kicked the puppy.
Yeah.
Way to go, Cowboy.
But we just want to take a moment to make this podcast. I think the beginning we're gonna do our definitely just our intros and stuff, but I think we also kind of want to mention on how it got started. So
It did start with he and I. We just kind of kicked it around, talked about some things at work and how fun it would be to go do whatever. My son got out of the military, which is on the team too, Monk, and he wanted to go camping. So he and I were going to go to northern Arkansas, to this river area. Cowboy says, why don't you go down to southern Arkansas and go see Bigfoot down there? Because we were kind of thinking up in the top and of Arkansas, sorry. And so we started looking into it. And he actually is my travel advisor too. Usually where he says, I usually go home and tell Clover. We end up going. Long other story. So we decided to go down there, went to P.U.C.E.R. Monk and I will get together and put another podcast together for the P.U.C.E.R. Investigation. Because it's just a whole nother ball game. We won't cover that tonight, but it's pretty much how it started. Was just he and I thought it was funny, scribbled out the logo one day, and started talking to the guys around us, and it just kind of took off. So
Started coming up with ideas for different kinds of shirts.
That's what it was. Yes.
And
yes.
how we thought this would be a funny shirt. This would be a funny shirt. And then everybody at work wanted these shirts. So if you do want a Pucker shirt, hit us up on Instagram,
Any of them.
Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok.
Yep, size.
All of it.
We can post them all.
So it's kind of snowballed into what it is today. The investigations of P.U.C.E.R. was.
Wait, what does our shirt mean? What does this mean?
So yes, that's a good point. You can see the flag up here. So the funny thing about this logo too is I had Pucker, because it's Cowboy and I had come up with at work. It's paranormal, UFO, cryptid, extraterrestrial research. So I had this logo built on the computer doing this stuff. Freya comes comes down, and she says, oh, that's cool, it's P.U.C.E.R. I'm like, no, it's not P.U.C.E.R., it's Pucker. She says, no, that says P.U.C.E.R. So I typed everything that makes your butt pucker, or everything that makes your butt pucker. I said, there, how about that? So she laughed, and it went from there. So,
And that was the main point of everything.
yeah.
But then you guys took the trip to P.U.C.E.R.
Mm-hmm.
And all jokes turned serious.
Yeah, it turned very, very serious. That was kind of my turning point on cryptids are real. This is really happening. If you haven't checked out the video, go to YouTube, check out the P.U.C.E.R. video.
Rock monster.
There's a lot more that Monk and I will cover that we didn't put into the video, because I will put this out there since this is beginning. I have no freaking clue about editing, so
We're trying.
Or podcasts.
you watch,
Learning as we go.
yes, you watch the videos and are like, what?
Trial by
Doesn't make
fire.
sense? Yes, yeah. I'm trying. I'm learning, so I appreciate your patience and bring it up to speed. Though we talked to these other guys at work and other people in the family and everything, and everybody wanted to start doing stuff, so I started reaching out and finding different things that we could go and do, and just kind of snowballed from there, and it's been a blast. This 2025 I should say has been a really good time.
And we do sell our shirts at like festivals and stuff like that, so we get a lot of like intel of like places to go and
Yes.
hey, you know, I got a haunted house. Oh, really? Let's go look. That kind of stuff. So hopefully we'll get some really
I was
good.
gonna say Comic-Cons. If you guys have really good ones, please set us up. That's a lot of fun. We'd love to go to Comic-Cons.
Yeah.
So you guys have been to the Falcon Monstable Festival. That was the first setup.
The first setup, yeah, is the Falcon Monster Festival. We set up Ronnie Dancer down there at the Dancing Ranch right outside of Falk. Super guy. Actually, everybody in Falk that we talked to, everybody down there was just fantastic.
The Monster
Wonderful.
Mart people.
Yeah, the Monster Mart
Wonderful
people.
The new owner and the old owner.
We knew
are
both
amazing.
owners, or we know both owners, and really, really good people down there. So, and we're looking forward to. We're going back in March, so we're looking forward to going back and seeing all the friends that we made, and just doing it all again. So hopefully we'll have better footage. With audio, that's a whole nother thing that we'll cover. Why there was no audio, it's really dumb.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
We're broke white kids.
So, well, that wasn't even broke white kids. That was just dumb idiots that didn't push the on button. We'll cover that later, though. That's all for another story.
So after the Falcon Monster Festival, you guys went. Was it Comic-Con or?
Cemetery was first.
Well, I meant as far as getting intel.
Oh, gotcha.
My chair is vibrating.
Oh no.
Lucky dog, you're always the lucky one.
That is weird.
Hey, try not to be too loud.
Yes, that's good. You got 100 points on that one.
What the hell?
Anyways, so you guys done Wichita Comic Con, and down the last festival you went to. What was it?
The last festival.
Down in southern.
Oh yes.
Bigfoot Fest.
Yeah,
Bigfoot
we went
Fest.
to the Bigfoot Festival in Hanobi, Oklahoma.
There you go.
Those festivals are amazing. I encourage everybody to go to them. They are a long way from where we're at, but that Hanobi trip was crazy in itself. The stuff that we learned, the people down there are so knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And just the experiences that we had just camping there with a few hundred other people about how those Sasquatch down in that area around Hanobi are so used to people, and they know how to play with you. And I had a rock over my head through the trees. We had one hit our camper.
At like what, 3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, but then waking up and talking to everybody else in the area about similar stories and what had happened. But we'll put that one on another podcast too. We'll probably wrap that up with Falk. But I think as for this one, just
We
kind
do a
of.
lot of the ghost things. What about?
So let's start with how each of us got involved with
Yeah.
the supernatural. And Clover, you want to start first?
So.
You married into it.
You can do it.
But this is my good side.
Yeah.
And nothing's really my good side. So I married this guy, and this is my daughter, and a lot of the other family members, my kids, are on the team also, and their significant others are on the team. But we started, I mean, honestly, we were doing ghost tours, and doing a lot of ghost things with the old Cowtown Museum here in Wichita. And so we kind of had some weird experiences there because it's a very active place. But the biggest one is, how old was Arian when we started? She was probably 5-ish.
Yeah, 4 or 5.
And I think we had a little girl follow us home because there's a lot of children at Cowtown. So we had some children or child little girl activity in our house. But the biggest one was, I was downstairs. It was right after you moved out and went to the Navy. And I was down in your room. And I felt something very cold touch my butt.
Yeah.
And the lights kind of dimmed and flickered, and I was just like, whatever, because our laundry room's right there. So I'm just doing laundry and going about my way, and go upstairs, and I'm like, hey, is the dog up here? And he's like, yeah, because dog noses are cold. And I was like, well, did the lights dim or flicker? And he goes, no. And I'm like, all right, something just happened. So we kind of get our daughter around and take her to school because we didn't want to freak her out, like thinking that our house was haunted. And then we were talking about it afterwards. And then I've had some there's just been a lot going on in our house.
A lot of little things that build up.
Yeah.
Which is usually how it goes. Nothing ever hits you just big chunks.
Yeah.
It's always leading up. So
I think there's a man in our house, and I kind of see him in my mind's eye. So I don't know, but
Grim, what about you?
Oh,
This will
well,
be good.
I don't even know where to start, really.
be prepared.
Yes.
So it all happened when I was in the 3rd grade. No, I've been haunted.
I was alone with a priest.
Touch me the right key. No, I've been haunted all my life. Like, since a young child, I can't remember the first time it happened, but like, just growing up in the paranormal, parents never believed me until it actually happened to them, and then they just kind of were like, they knew, but they're like, we're not gonna entertain the idea. So yeah, the worst thing that's happened to me, paranormal wise though, I would say, is I got pulled out of my bed after playing tug of war with the ghost. He got pissed off and pulled me out of bed. I was like, neat. So I just laid on the floor for a little bit, and I'm like, dude, I want to go back to bed. So yeah, I've always been into paranormal and everything, and then getting the opportunity to be an actual professional investigator has been one of my dreams to do. And Sid has given me this opportunity to come along and punch a ghost in the dick. It's gonna happen this year. Wizard?
Physical.
Which is basically him just gonna be punching air, and we're just gonna be laughing at him.
No copyright.
So I got into this. I work with these 4 guys, but these 2 were making up pucker, and I would talk to them constantly about it. Well, in my past, I used to do broadcasts for being mediums and stuff like that, and then one day, I finally was like, you know what? I should join you guys.
Yes.
Why not?
We were really happy.
Yeah, so thought it'd be really interesting to join them, so I'm glad I did. My first interactions with supernatural stuff was not until I was a little bit older in high school. I remember I had to get up in the catwalk in high school, and there was a guy apparently that died there, and I was so we literally were I was walking in the catwalk, and I literally heard someone say hey, and ever since then I've never been able to turn it off. I just see, I see dead people. It's
like the Sixth Sense
Where
mixed
was
with
it was in high
copyright.
school.
So it was like a theater?
Yeah, it was a theater thing. I had to go up.
Was it hay or was it hay?
It was hay, yeah. It was hay. Yeah, so it was whatever you want to make it out to be. So,
I was like, hey kid.
ever since then, I've been on my, I've been kind of doing it myself. I was on Periscope for the longest time, broadcasting it when I was in college, and then I kind of let it go. And so I'm glad to be able to pick it back up with this group. I've never used digital stuff. No, it's always just been me with
He's all natural.
Yeah, so it's been me just with a phone. So it's actually really cool to see meters and stuff like that actually go off, and to hear the recordings actually repeat what I just heard, which has been a really cool thing to do. But yeah, that's about all I can. Yeah.
You're a good weapon to have on the team.
It's kind of like it's where people say the skepticism with the equipment that we use, like the EMF meters, the REM pods, the cat balls, kind of correlates with what he's seeing. So it kind of just backs itself up.
Yeah. And in case of the Bloody Benders, which is
Check that video out.
Check it out. He was the main weapon we could use to research, because there's nothing there. There's no,
It's a
and
field.
even to this day, there's still arguments over where the actual location is.
And if there's still bodies out there.
And bodies are scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
So
We'll go into a little bit better details of that when we actually cover it for another podcast, but that was crazy. Our expectations of that were definitely different than we thought. Most all our expectations when we go somewhere are different.
Honestly, we expect it to be duds.
Yeah.
Like,
But it's all
and it
bangers.
just super active.
Yeah, it's actually really cool to actually be able to hit marks every single time and not be able to go somewhere. We've yet to go somewhere that was just like, It's actually been really successful.
Yeah.
and it's not going to be like, and we know everything. Every place we go is not going to be a hit. We're going to have some duds. We just haven't hit any duds yet, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Have good locations.
It's coming, but just know we're not like some of those shows on TV where
the Discovery Channel show.
Yeah.
somebody's knocking on the wall. Well, yeah, that's your fucking buddy that's in there.
Right.
Did you just meow at me?
We do have
That smell.
Yeah.
we do have a
Farted.
teenage group that is really fun to watch them interact with, like the teenage crowd. What do we call them? We started calling them something. Pucker Gen Z group.
Yeah.
There you go.
Little puckers.
The little fucker.
The little puppers, that's really funny.
She is
There you
gonna
go.
hate that.
So with that too, just to pause for a second, our youngest daughter and her friends, she has like 4 or 5 of them. That's about all she has. No, I'm kidding. They want to go on their own investigation. So talking amongst us, if we want to be like chaperones and not really get into it, but pretty much just be
Yes,
there
because we're all
to-
country kids and we know what happens on bridges.
But
We're
one
usually
of them-
drinking and partying.
Pretty
Yeah.
serious.
Not having for ghosts.
Booty cruise.
Has a pretty serious deal.
Well, like location?
No, like what happened to her.
Oh yes, yeah. There's one real. Yeah, we don't want you to talk to, but
Oh, okay.
Anyways, so let's get back to
yes. So
the Godfather here.
Yeah, kiss the ring.
no, we're not doing that. Sid, I've been weird all my life. I grew up on the Twilight Zone, creature features,
Tales from the Crypt.
Tales from the Crypt. I mean, my dad and I sat in the basement, and he pretty much put me through that. So I grew up on Boris Karloff and everything else. So I've always been. Everything I've ever done has always went into the dark, whatever, and I've always been interested in it. But it's, and then past family members, stuff that they were into, you know, I've found some of their stuff, and that's just a whole other story. But coming into now, like Clover was saying, with Cowtown, we did bring some stuff home. I know we did, and then we were also just collectors of old stuff.
Yeah.
So we have stuff that we brought home There's been a lot of stuff, audibles at our house. The little girl announcing herself when she comes into the room. I've experienced that and our dogs at the same time. It's gotten to the point where the little girl she was talking about actually goes over to her neighbor's house.
Oh, yes.
She goes over there and opens doors and freaks them out. So we tell them, just send her home, tell her to go home. And they do, and she comes home and she announces when she comes back home. But I think some of my first ones was probably like solidified, real, just like this is really happening, was actually what Clover was talking about with Cowtown. The Murdoch house itself. Myself, I was a tour guide. We had 16 people in our group. Everyone in that group heard the little girl run up the stairs and around the banister into her room and drop. We all heard that. I mean, nobody was breathing. It was wild, and I can talk about that on another cast. But it was probably 7 to 10 minutes later. She was behind me, and she was giggling. And myself and one of the guests in the group, we both heard her giggling right here behind me.
And this is Love and Tangle.
Yes, it is Love and Tangle. I wasn't going to throw names out there, but yeah, sure. But with that house, I've seen so much stuff happen inside that house. I've got voices recorded in that house. That was pretty much the house that I thought, yeah, there's stuff that's out there. There's definitely people, residual energy, whatever you want to call them. And there is one in the house that is that I did witness myself with another guy. We watched the Black Mass walk through that house. It was in the middle of the day. There wasn't a shadow. It wasn't nothing. It was serious Black Mass. When I witnessed that, I was like, holy crap. It's pretty cool. So for me, it's kind of been here forever. I've been kind of doing it forever. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. So
I actually have a question. So
yes.
on the so we just talked about supernatural stuff. For the cryptic part of it, when did you feel like you really were on to that scope? Because I always wanted to talk to you about that, like on that scope. When do you think your definitive line was? So
that one, and I'll answer your question, but I'll cover a lot more of it when we do that podcast. But when we got out of the truck, we knew it was different. Straight up in those woods. I've been camping all my life. Been out in the woods with my dad. We've hunted. We've done everything. The same old story you always hear, blah, 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 whatever else. Yeah, it's real. And when we got out there into those woods, it was...
It all got real.
It got real fast because we were going to go out there and goof off and do dumb stuff. I like to do dumb stuff. And, I mean, we had like morph suits. We were going to run around like idiots in the woods and just be dumb in the middle of nowhere, film each other.
They were experiments. We had experiments.
We did. We did have experience. We
Not
had
dumb stuff,
disco
but
balls.
Experiments.
We had all this kind of stuff, because I have a theory that is scientific.
We'll get into that theory.
I don't think we should, but
No, we won't.
I don't know if it's for the general public.
We'll talk about it.
But yeah, it's really funny. But
Subscribe to the OnlyFans channel.
That's what I was thinking.
there you go. Yeah, because that one goes array. But I really think there's something to it.
Get suits and pay us.
But when we got out of the truck, we knew it was different. But then when we found those 30 yards of 15.5 inch footprints, 12 inches wide, 3.5 inches deep, that was the moment. I was like, holy shit, this is real. These things are real. So for me, that was the point.
And you're also the one to see alien ships.
Yeah, we do. I
And
have
we
that
got
too.
that confirmed at
Yeah.
Roswell.
Yeah,
When we
got
went to
that.
Roswell.
Yeah. So I'll be putting that video out too. Just gotta kind of switch gears, but yeah, I do have some UFO footage. I have a cluster of UFOs that flew over that a friend of mine and I witnessed, and it was just overtaking. I didn't get my phone out when they were just kind of right above us, because you're just all kind of in awe when it's happening. But as they're flying off is when I got it. But
Yeah, no, everyone always says, why don't you, how come we don't have a picture
yeah, it's
of Bigfoot or UFOs?
yeah, that's why.
Until it happens to you,
Yeah, you know.
you're shocked.
No one walks around with their phone on
No.
all the time.
You know, you might
You know.
get shocked.
I take it back.
Is it new generation?
Yeah.
But you can even have it in your hand, and you'd be like,
yeah,
holy
yeah.
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 Just
I
in
agree
shock
with
and
that
awe.
part, yeah.
And I'll put that all together and put that out too. So yeah, I've kind of been on all the spectrum of the whole thing. I'm all over the spectrum. Anyway,
Hey, Freya, how are you? I was gonna call you something else.
Well, this is my father, and that is my mother. I feel like that should be enough.
Enough said.
I was born into this.
Yeah, I was born. No, there's been a few different big instances that kind of collectively, yeah, there's no doubt. One, my birth mother, she was renting a house down in Oklahoma, and I was staying there for a weekend or something custodial, and I was in bed and the door opens and closes, and across the room was a bunk bed where I believe my brother was in. I believe it was his bunk bed. I don't remember who was in that bed. Either way. And I feel someone get on the bed with me, which I wouldn't have thought was weird at all because we're young and siblings sleep together sometimes. And then I look over and there's this little girl in the bed with me. And I was like, in panic. It was like panic. So I brought the blanket over my head, and when I brought it back down, she was gone. And so that one was really big for me. In that same house, we'd sit in the living room and people would walk by and go into the kitchen and then turn on the washing machine, and her dog Phoenix would bark, sit at the edge of the kitchen and bark at that kitchen. It wouldn't go in there. There was that one, and then another big one that really kind of solidified it was I was showering with Vaughn. She was little, couldn't wash herself, and we're in the shower and we hear footsteps. She and I are the only ones at home. We hear footsteps go by the bathroom, and she goes, "There's a guy out there." And I was like, okay, well, we're the only ones home. And she's like, "I'm gonna go let him in." And she gets out of the shower, and I'm like, "No." And I pull her back in, and I go, "Whoever's out there, you need to go away." And that one, I was like, okay, this house is for sure haunted. Like, there's no doubt that she's not making this up. If she's getting out of the shower to let this man come
And that's
into,
the house that
they currently live in now.
literally live in now.
Well, keep in mind, they like to bring things into the house. They just got new doors today from God knows where that came from the beginning of Wichita. So
And
there's
a new Christmas present.
Yeah.
What's your new Christmas present?
So Clover got me a swatch of Charles Manson's T-shirt.
That
So
he was electrocuted in.
super stoked.
So
No,
a lot of energy.
No, he didn't die that way. But yeah, yeah, so pretty stoked about that. But just stuff we collect. Yeah, we kind of asked for it.
Death mask.
you didn't talk about the star.
No, I haven't. I didn't talk about the star. I did say, back up real quick. on the one video, I wish we would have done a little different. When Clover was behind me with the gloves, and it's the eating video.
Should really watch that.
It's
That's
really
hilarious.
funny. It's her hands, but I'm talking. I wish we would have left the gloves off, because then would have seen that I don't wear
Nail polish.
nail polish. Thank you.
I've seen you with nail polish.
But
Only on Tuesdays.
yeah, only on Tuesdays. No,
Well, it's Tuesdays.
but I don't know where I was going with that.
You wish you would have done something different.
On the video.
Oh, so we did talk about on that video haunted stuff, and we do have some haunted stuff at our house that we know that is actually haunted. And I
Mine's
know,
right under the casket here.
and I know Grim, yeah, he's got some. So that was something that I kind of wanted to talk about too. Separate videos, separate whatevers of just haunted weird stuff we have in our house. You've talked about a guitar in yours.
Yeah, I don't have any crazy stories like you guys, but I've always kind of been interested in the cryptids and the paranormal and all that, and I still am. I'm skeptical, but I want to believe in things, so I try to keep a 50-50 perspective on it.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple little things happen to me and my family at our house. Walking to the bathroom, middle of the night, hear a guitar strum in an empty room that's got nothing in it. Dogs weren't inside, nothing. We don't have cats. We had a box that was on top of an entertainment center. We didn't know it was a musical box. All of a sudden, middle of the day, it just starts playing. It sits up, you can't read, you have to get a chair to get to it and turn it. But, so those are the only things I've really had personal that happened to me. But, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's...
So where did this guitar come from?
So that was my great-grandpa. Like, he always played the guitar. So we don't know, well, maybe it's great-grandpa. Or maybe it's my grandpa from the other side of the family. He just likes to fuck with people. Because he thinks it's funny like that. And then I found out my grandma was a music teacher. So all the music stuff can kind of, we don't know.
Can't really pinpoint
Yeah,
it.
we don't know. We can't pinpoint it.
Is it a lot of the same chord, or is it just?
It was just like I it's been so long I don't really remember. I just remember. So walked by, strummed, and that was it. It was just a and that was it.
That's enough to make you.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you walk by, you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, make your butt pucker. Exactly.
So yeah,
Did that just happen? That just happened.
Yeah.
Awesome.
did you just fart?
That would be that one.
So let want to talk about like where we're going with this?
I like to add, because he says the skeptical part, we actually encourage that. So even if you're skeptical, I really, really wish I could say it's fake. I wish I could turn it off.
Yeah.
But please, I would like the encouragement, the conversations to go. So please leave comments. We'll
Subscribe and like.
Yeah, subscribe and like. Hit that bell on the right.
Yes.
Smash that like button.
Dude,
Which
please
we also-
do subscribe and like.
We also have created a Discord, so if you have comments that you are like, I want an answer to this, we will be able to be in contact with you as well.
Yeah. There's stuff that they've talked about, adventures they've gone on, and they tell me about it. I'm like, well, that could be this or this. You kind of have to be there. But there's certain things that
I just don't.
Can't explain.
there's certain things that can't be, like a fucking music box that's set up there for 10 years that's never made a peep. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
I can't explain it. I don't know.
Speaking of your grandfather too, you had mentioned you wanted to go out to the property that your family still owns, and that was just between you and I. I didn't tell anybody else, but and I told you, I mean, that's personal. That's completely up to you. You're mentioning maybe if you wanted to go out there, have everybody go and just see what's out there.
Yep.
You know, so I kind of left it up to him. Like, yeah, I mean, we can go. I'm sure you guys would be on board, but I just kind of left it on him to say, hey, let's go and do this. So.
Yeah, like right now it's holidays, and we have a lot of people going out there and staying. So it's just finding a day, a weekend, or something that works. We could go out there, and check things out.
And it's up to you.
Yeah,
Completely up to you.
yeah.
So, and with that one, will be complete respect, across the board. So,
We're not gonna be, if you guys do give us any ideas, we will go out respectfully. We won't be doing some stuff like that we said earlier, but
It's gonna happen.
if you guys invite us, we will be respectful. But
And we have a few things lined up. We have a few places to go check out. A lot of ghost stuff around here because
It's easier to get the ghost stuff.
It is.
It's a lot harder to get like the alien
But we-
and
Yes, we'd love if you guys got something alien.
Or if you have a cryptid stuck in your backyard and you need it removed,
Yes.
we got you.
oh, now we're wrinklers.
maybe.
He's got a chupacabra.
Seen it out there.
Yeah.
We got ropers.
Like Jack Russell or whatever it is.
Yeah, that's a cryptid.
Love him.
It's a cryptid.
He just walks
Sacrificial
around like a
bunnies.
cryptid.
I'm really excited for this next Falk adventure. For whoever wants to go, more than welcome on the team. I love the ghost stuff. I love, because I've been in it forever, monsters and ghosts and whatever else. But my love and my drive is the cryptids, man. I just can't get away from that. Once you're out there, it is just like.
So why do you think, speaking from the public point of view, why do you think they're real, and why hasn't more people seen them?
That's a really good question. And I think the reason, there has been a ton of people that have seen them. The thing is, and I don't know, we might get in trouble for this, stuff on TV is bullshit. And
That's just there for the views.
it is, man. And when you actually go to some place like Kenobi or Falk or somewhere like that, and you meet these people that live in those areas, they're genuine, they're honest people, and they
don't want a big circus coming in.
They don't. They really don't.
And like you brought up, you talk to some of those people, and there's guys going out there researching. They've been out there for I don't know how many times, and they don't see nothing.
Nope.
And then you get some jackwad shows up, and within 15 minutes finds 30 yards of footprints.
Yeah, we're like, holy shit, look at that. Okay, this is real.
Well, that was kind of like the sketchy place no one goes either.
Yeah, it was definitely where we went.
You went right into the fire.
Yeah, we did. We jumped.
When you think you're off road and you've got to the end, you keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly where we were at, and that's when we found all that stuff. And we'll cover more in that podcast, but
I think there's so much out there that people don't explore into.
yes, that's it, exactly.
And experience.
Yes.
There's so many people that just stay in town.
Yes.
Well, that, and I don't think people want to know. I think people prefer to have their head in the dirt. They don't want to look.
That is a good
Yeah,
point. Yes, that is a good point. But I know the people that I talk to, a lot of them, it takes, when we go to the festivals and we're talking to different people, you can tell these people are genuine. You can tell these people their experience, they're just not making this up.
Right.
And a lot of times, I'll say a lot of the time, they're always kind of looking around because they don't want to be judged, but a lot of the time they say it's for themselves. It's for they don't share it. They don't They don't.
Well, some of the people that did share with you, like they'll let you listen or watch something
Yes.
they got, but they don't want to. They don't want to give it to you.
They won't
wanna
give it
set
to
up.
you. Yes,
And
they won't.
and some of them, it took a while for them to actually warm up. And be
Yes.
like, okay, so actually, I do have something that happened to me.
That is.
They want to make sure you're not going to judge them.
That is.
Yeah.
That's a true fact, and it's crazy. Clover and I, when we go there, we interact with so many people, and that's one reason why we like it, because it's just different people, different walks of life, different people. It's so cool, and then they see our shirts, and it's kind of like, really, guys, what? And then we talk to them, and it's genuine. We're genuine, and we want to know. We want to tell us your story.
And it's real.
Yeah, tell us your story. What happened? And that connection, with us and that person, opens up different stuff, and I think it's kind of a relief for some people just to say, yeah, this happened, and it's wild. Her and I have seen some videos on some cell phones that are unbelievable, that I can't.
But you'll never see it. 'Cause
You'll
they
never
won't
see
let
it.
out.
Yeah,
You'll
they won't
never
let
see
you
it on
have it.
TV. You'll never see it.
Hey, I broke the seal, which you don't do when
Thank
you're
you.
doing
Thanks
podcasts
for-
about beer and booze. But can I have another one?
Thanks. Okay.
Anything else we want to cover on this?
I think that to kind of relate to, because I only really do with the ghost thing, but to relate to like those people aren't going to tell you anything, because just like from my past experience, I usually don't go around telling people I can talk to the dead or I can talk to their relatives, because the first thing they want to do is tell me my grandpa, my aunt, my uncle, my dog. Can you please tell me?
Name 5 songs.
So it goes from you just being peaceful and what am I thinking? Not that way. It goes from that to
Number
you
between
become
1 and 10.
the monkey with the tambourines. It's like dance, monkey, dance.
Right.
So it's that piece that you can know that, I believe it. I don't really have to come out here and say I believe it, because I know it's real. Like I said earlier, please tell me I'm wrong, because I wish I could turn it off.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yours is a little more intense and
Yeah.
special than
yeah.
everybody else.
Because honestly, I could go there's energy everywhere, and I could go forever on that. Not to go crazy on that, but yeah, what we said on the cryptic versus the ghost, you can pretty much go a lot of places for ghosts. You'll find them because a lot of people are dead. I mean, it's true. It's true. I don't think that's a spoiler, but
You see a lot of ghosts in the hamburgers at McDonald's.
oh my god. Ooh, that's
another podcast.
Oh, God.
That's another episode. All right.
That one's Soil
Okay.
Green podcast.
Yeah, we ordered from this restaurant. Is this one haunted? We're good.
From now on, every time we eat some, Trevor,
Yeah.
is this? You got anything?
Is there spirit in this?
Does this have a name?
So, I think everybody has that ability. Some people just, it's like a dial. Depends on if they really want to crank it up and go mental, or if they just want to kind of turn it off. I don't think you can officially just turn it off, but people can,
No, it's just Control Alt Delete, but
Yeah. But
That's a good point. That's
yeah,
good.
because I've even we actually at the Comic-Con talked to that one lady. I can't remember her name at the moment, but she talked about how she can't turn it off. Well, then me and her talked about it, and then I was like, "That's funny because I'm able to actually dial it." And she goes, "So some people have it so bad that maybe they can't turn it down.
the volume knob fell off.
Yeah, it just comes off or whatever, and they just can't dial it down." And I do kind of sympathize with that, not to be able to turn that off, because that is really crazy. Because you're at that point you're never alone. So yeah,
Yeah.
think about that. So for all you claustrophobic people, it's not fun.
So one of my things I've always just kind of rattled around in my head, it's like, when you die, do you get to pick your age, or are you stuck at the age
Yeah.
that you died, or are you wearing the same clothes when you died, where you get to pick your own clothes? So like if you died naked, do you stay naked?
So the answer to that is, so there's a definitive, like, your soul. So when you die, what you truly are is what you pass over to be. If you're an evil person and you pass over, it really will be defined, it will be what you want yourself to be represented. I've met people that are 80 years old that died, and when I talk to them, they're children, because when they died, in their head, they were still a child. So when they died, their soul still believed that they were a child. So I've talked to kids before that I was like, that's so awesome, and I'll talk to them, and they're very mature, and I'm like, how old are you? And they, or when were you born? And they'll say the date, and I'm like, oh, so you're a lot older than I thought you were. So to answer your question, yes, they don't get a pick, but they are, when they pass over, they are what they are.
I think we could do probably a whole podcast episode on just asking Trevor questions.
Yeah, that's it. And if you guys want that, it probably will happen.
Yeah, I think it should happen.
And you know what? However you feel, when you feel if it's okay, I'm all about not pushing.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's completely.
No, I want to push him.
You know, I know you do.
So
you tried to throw my cat balls off the bridge.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, if you're down there, come up here and push these cat balls off the bridge.
My balls.
I'm like, hey, dude, those are mine. No. So push them onto the bridge.
We'll talk about that on the next podcast.
Yeah. Jeremy's our wild story.
Yeah.
Grimm's our wild card. He's awesome.
There's many ways to approach it. There's the very aggressive way, and then there's the democratic way, and I've seen both work really great. Just depends on what you want back. That's the cemetery too.
Don't call him out and call him child molester.
Oh my God.
Okay. I think we've come full circle now.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to add to the first podcast?
I think this has been a great episode.
Yeah.
And I would like to say,
I'd say, like I said, please leave a comment. Please do whatever you want to do, because we will read those. I know the passion we have for everybody. We want to see that. We want to know your guys' feedback.
we want engagement.
This is not. We're not doing this for
Please
the money.
talk to us for
all
a
money
moment.
goes towards this. We are not here to make a lot of money.
You guys are making money? Yeah, if you guys have any ideas of what to do, where to go, get a hold of us. Go to the comments, like, subscribe, go watch the 3 videos we got on YouTube now.
Videos,
Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, X,
Discord.
YouTube, Discord.
Yep.
We're working on new merch to do more giveaways, more contests.
Yes.
Come alongs with us to do an investigation, all that fun stuff. So we got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe work.
You could be a sacrifice.
I mean,
Not yet. Sorry. We gotta get him out there first.
I'm a sacrifice.
But we got a lot of cool stuff coming up in the near future. We got a lot of good places we're gonna go investigate. We got some Bigfoot squatching that we're gonna be doing and all that fun stuff. So make sure you subscribe, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any updates, and follow us on all socials. We have different videos and different things across all the different platforms. Like this guy, he gets called a something on a video, and it is hilarious. So anyways, but always remember, stay classy, and thanks for watching.